Amazon FBA is dead. There's no more opportunity to make any money anymore. There are too many competitors. Amazon are too strict. The fees are too high. Don't waste your time. Or is it? In this video, we're going to be having a look to see if the internet is correct and decide once and for all, is Amazon FBA a dead business model in 2022? In my online searches, there has been two reasons why people say that Amazon is dead in 2022. Number one, there's too much competition. And number two, you're competing against the big boys, huge multinational brands selling on Amazon. So let's look at these two. Now, there is no doubt that Amazon is a more competitive marketplace now than it was a few years ago. In fact, there are 9.7 million worldwide private sellers on Amazon in 2022, making up 50% of all sales on Amazon. Now, that number is growing by 90,000 every single month. So we know it's a hugely competitive marketplace, but these numbers are also a little bit deceptive. In actual fact, more than half of these sellers are active on Amazon North America, and the rest are spread out across the remaining 17 platforms. So the competition is a lot less than you might think if you're selling on Amazon.co.uk. You're looking at hundreds of thousands of sellers, not millions, and that's a big difference. And the proportion of those who are actually working and improving is even smaller. And don't forget, a lot of these people would also be doing slightly different models to private labeling, like retail arbitrage. So the competition really isn't as bad as you think. So what about when you ignore the numbers and actually look at the product listings, comparing actual products? Can you compete? This is a product that Helium 10 spat out because there's a couple sellers doing well. But really I want to look at the kind of opportunity here, because although the numbers, there's a few sellers making some money, I really don't think there's an opportunity in this market, right? Because if we look at bamboo chopping boards, a lot of them very, very similar. It's going to be very hard to stand out because it's a chopping board. Some people have made efforts with packaging, which is all well and good, and probably they'll do okay because of that. But with the product price, the size and weight of the product, there's really not going to be that much margin in it. It's probably going to be a price war to the bottom. There's not a huge amount of areas you can stand out. There's not really massives you can do to add value to these products because it's a chopping board. So in this sense, Amazon FBA is dead if you're doing products like this, or if this is what the sort of stuff you're going for. Now, I use a tool by Helium 10 called Black Box, and it's supposed to help you find product opportunities, and this is what it told me would work. So when you sit and just use tools to find products, there is very little that you can do to make your mark in that category. And when you look at Amazon like this, you're likely to fail. So what about concern number two, going up against big brands? Competing against big brands is definitely an uphill battle. They're going to be able to rely on their name recognition to get sales. And whether you're selling dog food or kitchen knives, you're going to have big businesses to fight against. So after all that work you do to establish your product, getting great imagery, you're still going to lose sales because of Kilner jars are more desirable than the normal jar that you can buy from Alibaba. Or is it? Here's an example by looking at baby sleeping bag. Now, you would think that this sort of niche will be dominated by brands like Tommy Tippy, Mamas and Papas, big brands that you will find pretty much everywhere online, especially if you go into retail stores. But when you go onto Amazon, that is not the case. They're being beaten by private label sellers, small brand owners. So if we look, we have to scroll down to get to Tommy Tippy, and we can't even see Mamas and Papas on here. You have to go to page 3 to even find them. And if we look at their listing, the reason why the big brands don't do that well on Amazon in general is that they don't know how to run Amazon in 2022. They might be using techniques and strategies from 2015, right? So if we look here on this one, 4 images. There's no features or benefits discussed here. They're not even the right size. If we look down here, we've got unoptimized bullet points. We've got hardly any reviews. There's really nothing going on here that's really going to give you any information at all. They've got brand registry, but they're not using it. So they're not going to win against someone, a private label seller or a small brand owner that's gone to the effort of communicating their features and benefits of their products a lot more and marketing them correctly. The same with Tommy Tippy. We've got more images, which is good, but there's nothing that shows you anything about the product other than what it looks like. And we know in 2022 on Amazon, you don't do that. You can't get away with doing that anymore like it was 5 years ago. So So one of the big things to remember is that, look, brands are on Amazon, big brands are on Amazon, but they may not be your competition because they just might not be using strategies and techniques that you need to use in 2022. So how do you compete if there are hundreds of thousands of people selling on Amazon in 2022? Well, we know that there are customers coming every single day buying things on Amazon. There are more customers spending money on Amazon than are sellers. So you do have an opportunity to be successful. You just need to find the right product and stand out against the crowd. So if you wanted to sell a product that you know is gonna have brands in there, you know there's gonna be competition, you know that there's gonna be people that are trying to capture as many sales as possible, then you need to make sure that you're hitting all angles. So you can look for the brands. For example, I know that ProMix is gonna be taking a lot of these sales. I know that PhD are gonna be taking a lot of these sales. So one of the first key things you need to do is get down to your root keyword. So let's say, for example, I wanna do an electric protein shaker because these protein shaker bottles, they're just too cheap. They're really never gonna make you a huge amount of money. The ones where you can make a little bit more are the ones that are priced higher. So the first thing is protein shaker bottle is not the best keyword. I probably want to look for electric protein shaker, right? I'll put that in. That's going to find products that are directly related to the one that I want to sell. You can then look for the brands that are a little bit more known and you can look at their listing. So I can look at the ProMix shaker and analyze, okay, what are they doing well? For example, they have some really high quality, nice renders here, which is fantastic, but they're not communicating their features in the best possible way. So there's definitely an opportunity to try and get more clicks than them and more conversions. What can we do to the hero image within our product that gets more attention than their listing? If we can get more attention from the customer, we're more likely to get a click. If we're more likely to get a click, we're more likely to get conversions if we have good images. When you look at selling on Amazon, when you look at if there's opportunity or if there's going to be a real roadblock to starting, you need to think, if I was in the customer's shoes, what would make me click on this? What would make me buy this product over the competitors? And if you can answer those and you can create solutions for them, you can be in a very powerful and good position going forward. Just because something seems like you can't compete doesn't mean you're actually locked out of it. And this is why Amazon isn't dead in 2022. There are tons of new sellers coming in every day because there is still a huge opportunity, but the number of sellers doesn't even come close to the amount of customers. 15 million Prime customers in the UK are all waiting to buy from you. But if you're running Amazon using 2015 strategies like some of the big brands I've shown you in this video, you won't have a chance of winning whatsoever. But by putting together a strategy to win a click and draw the customer's attention, you will absolutely be able to win on Amazon. Conclusion, Amazon is not dead in 2022. Click here if you want something that YouTube is going to recommend to you. My name's Jonny Bradley, Amazon isn't dead, and remember, you're just one product away. Bye-bye.